Welcome to day 14, everyone. And in today's video, we're going to move away from Power BI desktop, from design, data modeling, anything technical, because we're going to be talking about a very important topic. And that there is the Power BI internal portal, which I always say, whoever you are, whatever organization you work for, we should be aiming to build this internal portal, an internal Power BI community where people can feel part of something bigger and answer or get answers to their questions, right? So, a common question is, I guess, in general, how do we increase the overall adoption of Power BI? And look, there is no single way. There's a variety of things that we should be doing, and some of them is not aren't a one-off task. It's a continuous, it requires continuous effort to keep it going. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about the internal portal. And I have a few discussion points, as you can see on the screen. I guess the first one is this all, right? We want to create an environment where different end users, right, or different personas of Power BI, whether you're a report consumer, whether you're a report author, whether you're someone who likes to be building the semantic models, etc., can go to and find answers to their business questions, right? Whether that's maybe through an FAQ list or other resources that have been uploaded there, but more importantly, what would be great is to have some sort of messaging service on there where people can post or type a message and they get a response, maybe from the core reporting team, maybe from the analytics team, maybe from another member of the or another member of the organization or the community, I should say, as well. The other thing is central hub for the community, right? Like I said, we want to build this community feeling around Power BI. That drives up adoption. It gets people excited. It creates buzz. Now, I want you to think of the internal portal as the central hub. That's where everything comes together as well, right? The other thing is utilize existing platforms. Now, what do I mean by this? A very common question is, well, lads, we see the benefit of creating this internal portal to create this community, but where do we build it, right? Should we build it in Teams? Should we build it in a SharePoint site? Should we build it in any other vendor application, right? Whether it's Yammer, I think now is Viva, and a few other ones I've done in the past as well. Was Workspaces or Workplace by Meta. But anyway, the point is this: use the collaboration platform that already exists in the organization and majority of end users are happy with. Think about it. If we bring in a new collaboration tool only to promote another new tool, users aren't going to get on board with that, right? We're already trying to win people over to start using Power BI, let alone, hey, go to this new collaboration platform so you can learn about this new other BI data visualization platform. So if it's Teams, stick to Teams. If it's SharePoint, stick to SharePoint. If it's Workplace by Meta, stick to that. Whatever it is, go to that. The other one is sense of belonging, which I've sort of touched upon it all, but I've seen it, right? I used to be an end user, right? At one point in my career, I was an in-house person. I was relying on the BI vendor applications that existed there. In some cases, we had more than one. And what was very frustrating sometimes was not being able to find answers to my questions, or the feeling of being left alone, right? Not having the relevant support, not having a group around me of other people using this tool as well, where we can collaborate and share ideas, etc. And really, this is what the internal portal does. It creates that sense of belonging. And when people belong part of a group, it naturally drives up engagement and drives up adoption as well. The other super important thing, wherever you build this portal, you need to have a resource hub embedded inside it. So, for example, I already mentioned an FAQs list. And think about it, the FAQ list will only grow when more questions are coming in, as long as you have that messaging service embedded in there somehow, or method for users to upload a message. message, a question more or less. Take those as the FAQs as well, right? Other things that I've done in the past, it was FAQs, it was Power BI template files that we've created. One maybe for the core reporting team, one for the wider organization. Have that there as a starting point. We've also uploaded short videos, and I mean short, maybe like 1 to 2 minutes on how-to videos. We've also added a calendar in there for maybe drop-in sessions or internal events, but also external events as well, right? We'll upload the Power BI user groups that are happening in this case, it was close to headquarters, right? But it could be in other areas as well, so people can get involved in the community. There's a wealth of things we can actually add here. Whatever you think will be valuable for your end users, for the different personas using Power BI, add it in them. The other one is continuous engagement. So look, if you are a user and you go into this community portal, right, and you see someone ask the question, another person asked a question, and no reply, no reply. I mean, come on. No one wants to get ignored, especially if it's done in a public forum, right? The point is this: you have to have continuous engagement very early on and very early on at a very high level, but this needs to be consistent, right? The moment the engagement goes, then the community dies, right? So I do touch upon below that you need a dedicated portal owner. You need someone there to take full responsibility of this, especially at the beginning. They need to make sure that um, they have maybe a suite of posts or interesting topics, etc., being posted on a regular basis, once, two, 3 times a week. They need to make sure that if anyone is asking a question, an answer is being provided. Really, it's their responsibility. And I promise you, if you don't have a portal owner, this will be very difficult to work, right? The other thing I want to call out as well, initial effort, long-term gains. Now, when I usually do this, a lot of people turn around and say, lads, we're busy, right? We haven't got time for this. I mean, we understand all the benefits, but this is hard work. And I agree. It is hard work at the start, right? The idea here is this. The idea is we start off, so if you're in the, usually it's the core reporting team, the BI team, etc., it's really their responsibility to get this going. But I promise you, once it starts to build up and you start moving down the maturity of the different self-service stages and you start finding Power BI champions or super users, etc., I promise they will be the ones afterwards responding to everyone else as well. So yes, there is a lot of effort at the beginning, but on the longer term, the community will start to provide the answers to questions as well. So hopefully I've won you over. If you haven't got a Power BI internal portal, if you haven't put any effort in creating a community internally, I promise you this will help with your overall Power BI adoption. If you have any questions, please do feel free to reach out.